Oh, I'm sorry. Did I break your concentration?
Somewhere between science and superstition.
We have such sights to show you.
Strange Eons. Welcome to Strange Eons Radio. That is Eric over there.
Hello.
That is Vanessa over there.
Hello.
And I am Kelly. Gang, we're talking Frozen today.
Yes.
What the hell are we? What?
Heck yes. Heck yes. Right in time for the holidays. This is great. This is great.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm looking forward to this discussion because I'm not sure where it's going to go with everybody. But I took some notes and I think it's going to be a good time.
I'm so excited, you guys. You have no idea. This is going to be awesome. But before we get into
that, let's talk about some movies we've seen. You guys, I want to bring up something that I discovered because of a different podcast. It is called Timekeepers of Eternity. And it is available on YouTube, and it is a professional fan re-edit of the miniseries The Langoliers.
Oh my God. What?
Okay, I saw, I think your post about this. That
Yeah,
sounds really interesting.
and I don't know how this is legal. This has gone to film festivals. It's
Great
and
area.
it's fucking great. I don't know if you've seen the miniseries The Langoliers, but it's a pile of shit.
Yeah, it's not great.
This guy has taken he's almost animated it. It's got a lot of weird paper cuts coming through the film and everything, and it is all focused now on Bronson Pinchot's character. He's like the main character of this, and it's his psychosis that is driving all of this stuff. And it's just over an hour long, and it's fucking riveting.
Oh my God.
It's so cool looking. And his acting, which seems so over the top in the miniseries, seems like great now in this.
Wow.
And so it's the same story of them, the group of people falling asleep on a plane, waking up, everybody else on the plane is gone.
Mm-hmm.
They have to land the plane. They find out that they have somehow been caught backwards in time. And what that means is that everything is just kind of static and waiting for the Langoliers to show up and eat it, because new time is being created in the future. And so their whole thing is, we got to somehow get back to we've done a weird time slip. It's got all the same characters in it, but they play much smaller parts, obviously. And they even remember how awful those fucking Langolier effects were of these fucking CGI black balls with teeth just munching stuff. This guy has fixed that and made them look great too. And I am just blown away by how good this is. And it is called The Timekeepers of Eternity, which is a line of dialogue from the film. So good. It is available for free on YouTube, the entire movie. And I would say, if you have any interest in seeing this weird art project, that you should give it a chance.
That sounds incredible. That sounds absolutely incredible.
So much fun.
Check that out.
So I saw a couple weeks back, Wicked for Good. This is the conclusion of the Wicked 2-part movie extravaganza. It's interesting because I don't want to say it's bad. I think there are bad bits in it. I think there are good bits in it, but I think it is half of a experience. So if you just go in to see this as a 3-arc movie, nope, you're not, because it's the last half. So you're watching an arc and a half of story beat. So a lot of people are like, oh, it's really dark and it's really like rough around the edges and it doesn't have as good as music. And I'm like, yeah, because the first half sets it all up. And then this is the conclusion of the actions of the first half. So my recommendation on this would be to watch them back to the back. The worst part about this, I will say, though, is unfortunately the way they deal with Dorothy the Scarecrow, the Lion, and the Tin Man. It's very weird. You barely see them. They're cutting around it a lot. It's very awkwardly handled. So I wish they just didn't even. They either showed more or none.
Weird.
So this storyline is happening. It's occurring at the same time that the Wizard of Oz storyline is happening.
Yeah. So the
I
way
didn't know that. I thought this was like a prequel to all of that.
Kind of. So the way that it starts is we start with the death of the Wicked Witch, and all the Munchkins are excited, and they're saying, "Hey, Glinda the Good, thank you. This is a great hooray, hooray!" Like the scene in The Wizard of Oz, and then we go back in time to explain how we got there, and then we move further into just the second half of the film. This movie is from about the time that Dorothy lands up until that moment.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it completely overlaps with it.
I'm more interested, and I still know that I will not watch this.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean,
Me too.
there was a book, and then it became a stage play. I've read the book, I've seen the stage play. I've now seen both movies. I'm not like an obsessee of this. I was just curious enough to see it. And I don't know. It's fine. There's
Stage production the best of all, or is the
Yeah.
book the best of all?
I think the stage production. Yeah, I think the stage production's really it has great music. It gives it a lot of drama, a lot of interest. I don't know.
How
Yeah.
would
Didn't
you?
they-
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, didn't the original feature one of the cast members of the movie we're talking about?
It sure did.
That's what I thought.
Liza. Oh,
The name that John Travolta couldn't say.
yes.
Mendez.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Sorry.
I think.
Idina Menzel.
Menzel.
Yes, Idina
Menzies.
Menzel. Oh my God.
How would you say that this would rate against, say, the production of Frozen, which is also available on Disney, and I watched?
I did not watch the live production of Frozen yet. I'm saving that one. I need something to look forward to. Look, it's not gonna. I can't even compare Frozen to anything else.
Hold your thoughts there. Hold your thoughts.
I just have no way of. I've seen it so much. It's just part of my DNA now.
Oh, okay, that's
I can't even really criticize it super properly. I can't separate it and compare it against other movies I have not watched upwards of 50 times.
Okay, nice. All right. Okay, well, I'm not talking about anything that would be a musical.
That's okay.
Black Phone 2,
Yeah.
which I know both of you guys enjoyed,
Yeah.
but I fucking loved.
Yeah.
I mean, it is kind of an awkward sequel,
Yeah.
but if you kind of separate it from just enough to where it spread out a little bit, I just thought it was amazing. Unbelievably creepy shit that's set up in the snow when they start playing Pink Floyd, of all things, just created a weird, surrealist atmosphere with the guy running in front of the car and all. It's like, what the fuck is this going to be? And I think that, like when we talked about Nosferatu last year, was that scene in the one scene where the carriage stops in the middle of the thing, and I am going to be totally into this film.
Yeah.
That scene was the same for me with that. I was like, take me wherever the fuck you want to. I am going to like this movie.
It is beautiful. It is a beautiful movie.
Yeah, I mean, I think I said that I would have liked it better if it wasn't the sequel to Black Phone, because it's such an odd sequel.
Yeah.
But it's also, there's an awful lot of Nightmare on Elm Street
Oh, yeah.
DNA in this. I was kind of, I don't know if that bumped me a little bit.
I think I had a similar thought. Like I really, really like this movie a lot. But I also had a few moments where I was like, oh, this is very Freddy.
This was one of those things where prior knowledge of both of those things, I had in my, okay, I'm going to start watching this. I remember what you guys said. And that helped. That
Smooth that
yeah,
over.
not be, oh, why are they doing Freddy? Oh, I know they're going to do Freddy stuff. So
The weird thing is this would have been a much better reboot of A Nightmare on Elm Street if they had treated him like, if they had treated Freddy like a scary person instead of a wisecracking person. This would have been an excellent Nightmare on Elm Street.
oh,
reboot.
Jesus. Yeah, that's,
Right?
yeah, that would have been on par damn near with Wes Craven's original. That would have been right.
Yeah, it did have creepy moments. I still don't understand a Christian church in the middle of winter.
Yeah, the church and a hell of a winter.
God doesn't have seasons, Kelly.
I think that there's a way to get them to that church ground and have the exact same amount of people there without saying that, oh, it's going to be open and now it's closed and you guys are stuck here.
Yeah, but
It is that was a little clunky, but I will say when I had to go to confirmation camp, which I had to go to, it was in the winter. So, and it
Oh,
was a little
really?
camp with like cabins and everything.
was it like up here? So it was like snow area winter?
It was not.
Or?
It was just kind of miserable.
It's all different.
Yeah, it was just kind of.
But how was the weather is what we were asking.
But I'm just saying it was winter. So it's not like they couldn't, I mean, because the snowstorm came through. I don't think they were like, oh, it always is going to have this horrific snowstorm. Maybe. I don't know.
Interesting that Ethan Hawke is in this at all,
Yeah.
since we never see his face.
Right.
And I was like, boy, he could have just supplied a voice, I think.
I think he has so much fun with this because he's just, it looks like he's loving it. I mean,
How can you tell? He's wearing a mask.
you can tell. His heart is all in.
Giving it his all, even when you can't see him.
Yeah, I mean, you can see his eyes, you know? You can see the joy, the spark.
Yeah.
So, Joe Hill, man, just continues to figure out ways to make things work.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Good pedigree there. So
Yeah.
Hey, not all children of famous authors are good at also being authors. Hubert.
Who was that?
Who's the son of the Dune author?
Oh, Frank Herbert's kid?
Herbert's kid, yeah. He was
Herbert books are really strange now.
real interesting.
do I get to talk?
I was just like, wait, who just okay. Yes, Kelly, please.
Well, you guys, I joined up for another streaming service because Stars was having like a crazy sale for $1 a month if you bought an entire year up front. So I spent my $12 and I got Stars because I wanted to see the new season of Spartacus, House of Ashur.
Wow.
And 3 episodes in, and I fucking love it.
Great.
Wow.
I wasn't sure. It's going, man, it looked like it was promising. But yeah, I did that same deal after your mention of how good they were. It's like, oh, it's still on. So,
Yeah.
sorry, it's over now.
Oh, is it over now?
It ended, I think, on like the
Here's the thing. You know what their regular deal is? $5 a month.
Oh shit. Okay.
So if you're ready to, turn down HBO or something like that, there is a streaming service that is affordable.
Or wait till it's all out. Drop $5, watch the whole series in a month.
Yeah.
Good to go. Okay.
The series is great. It looks just like the old series. It's got an amazing, because Ashur is beheaded in the last season, and which was 10 years ago. And so I was like, how are they going to do this? And pretty fucking amazing underworld scene where Lucy
Holy
Lawless
shit.
shows up and gives him, the chance to relive his life differently. And I was like, are we really going to start this like this? And they do. So I heard a lot of people complaining that it was somehow woke now, a woke version of Spartacus. And I was like, well, okay, let's see. And I think I realized why, because the champion that he is trying to make a champion is a black woman, which just never would have been seen in.
I mean, that is just unacceptable.
This chick is monstrous. She looks like she could kill you. And she gets the shit kicked out of her. There's all sorts of sex, beheadings and everything. This is still Spartacus.
Yeah.
Completely, so there's nothing woke about it. And really the idea of this female gladiator is, I think, super compelling. So I'm like, I am totally in on this. I don't know what you guys are whining about.
Which is funny because I feel like if you're going to go with like a black character in general, that's probably closer to accurate than a white person in that time zone.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of these actors are very European, or like the main guy, he's Lebanese.
Okay.
So they all have I don't know if I would say it's an accurate look because everybody has changed so much from what we looked like
Yeah.
400 or 500 years ago anyway.
I know. I was just thinking of the original film.
But they don't look, it does not look like a lily white.
Yeah, like a white blonde hair,
Yeah.
blue-eyed.
Although, interesting that you mentioned the white blonde hair, blue-eyed, kind of bitchy nemesis in this is Claudia Black from Farscape.
Oh.
Took me a minute to recognize who she was, and she's so fucking evil. You know, she's basically the new version of Lucy Lawless's character. And I'm like, fuck it. I love it.
Wow.
I figured it was because I read some review, somebody complaining about that it's woke or whatever because of all the naked men now are much more prevalent or something than they were in the original series.
Well, if you haven't watched the last few seasons of that show, there was a lot of swinging dong.
Yes, exactly. Go, what show did you watch before?
Yeah, that has not gone away. There's the first episode, I was just like, is that CGI? Is that a practical effect? Nobody's dick is that long, but so there's plenty of it. Anyhow, that's on Stars. All 4 seasons prior to this are on Stars, or maybe 3 seasons. And it's a really good show. You know, the original series was actually pretty close in history to telling, you know, the actual rise of Spartacus and the revolt of the slaves and all of that stuff. It's just they peppered in a ton of soap opera,
Right.
you know, and all that stuff. So I thought it was really good. This is pretty much fantasy. This season.
We're going the 300 route this time.
You mean starting with being in the underworld and being offered to redo your life is not based on factual events?
It could be.
Okay. All right. Yes.
I'll look forward to meeting Lucy Lawless when I pass on.
It does seem like, you know, if you make it into that first scene, you kind of are like, oh, okay, if I'm going to accept this, I must accept everything after this.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I saw something that Kelly had talked about not too long ago, but maybe a little bit different. At theaters, they're now playing Kill Bill: The Whole Bloody Affair at select theaters, but it has been re-released by Tarantino, and it is a new cut of the 2 films. Okay. But it is the 2 films with a intermission in the middle.
With an intermission, okay, interesting.
Yeah.
What did you think?
Well, I was really interested in seeing it because I haven't watched this movie since college. Yeah, definitely. I mean, I saw it on DVD at least once. I'm sure I saw it initially in theaters. It's interesting because knowing so much more film that now than I did back then, it is really cool to be like, oh yeah, I see where you're picking up this idea and that idea and how you're using this and that. But after seeing movies like John Wick, and that the fighting choreography is a little rough around the edges.
Okay.
It's just a little like, you're a white girl. You're a tiny white girl with a lot of strings attached to you and being thrown around the place. I like the ideas behind it. Ultimately, I don't think it's a film for me. It's just, I've never really connected super well to Tarantino's work. I think Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is my favorite of his stuff, and it's so different than the rest. But I appreciated it. I was glad I saw it. And I will say for people who are interested, they did cut out one scene, I think, and then they add some extra stuff, especially if you stay to the end of the credits. But that extra...
Damn you, Marvel movies.
Yeah, they have an additional fight that she goes through.
Oh, interesting.
So, yeah.
Do you know or do you not want to say what scene they cut out?
It's the end of the first movie where she's like in the car, like talking about what I'm coming for you, Bill.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Oh, they cut that out. Okay.
Weird.
Because it's just pointless in comparison to like what is happening in the next bit. So
Tarantino's never shied away from a pointless dialogue scene.
absolutely.
Talking about a 3.5-hour movie right now. How was it attended?
It was, I think, medium, but we purposely went to a screening that we knew had less attendance in it, and it was very late. Like, I think we started it maybe at 10 p.m. So, yeah, I know. It was a late one. That's when the babysitter's available, Yeah, so it went on for a long... No, I take that back. We went early. It started at 6 p.m., but we got back at like 1 a.m.
Wow. Yeah.
But I would say the theater was maybe not quite half full.
That's cool. I knew that it was playing, but I didn't realize it was playing at regular theaters. I thought it was showing up at boutique
Special.
theaters. The Hollywood down in Portland has been talking about.
Yeah.
Totally. Yeah, I know. I mean, at least Cinemark was willing to toss it on their screen. So
Nice. Kill Bill, the whole bloody affair.
Now I'm going to have to go back to our episode and listen to you talk about it so I can figure out what your opinion was.
My opinion was watching it as one thing. I remember thinking originally seeing it in theater that I liked the first part better than the second part, and watching it as a big long film, I still like the first half better than the second.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I thought the second half was interesting, but there's definitely way less action, a lot more plot. So, I think.
Is that why Tarantino decided he'd go on his little Burn Hollywood Down
Oh my
segment
God,
of
that was
talking
so
about actors he hates? Like, well, if I talk about this, people will talk about me and see my movies. Showing in
Maybe,
theater.
but out of all the people he could try to burn to the ground, it's like what Paul Dano?
Yeah.
Paul Dano? Like, that guy's a great actor. Are you fucking kidding me? Like,
He held his own in There Will Be Blood.
Yeah,
And that was the movie he was complaining about too, which was strange.
I mean,
also, Tarantino, have you seen your acting chops? I mean,
100%. I can't listen to that guy talk. I don't know how you can be directed by him. I would just go.
He has gone
absolutely
into, well, I read his book not too long, one he put out a couple years ago.
Yeah.
And he has gone to grumpy old man full bore status very quickly.
He's done the Carpenter route.
Yeah, he's very much, it's like, God, he has some great opinions on films, but the problem is he doesn't think anybody else's opinions are valid, almost.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a few people I'm sure he respects, but reading him talk about movies going, wow, you have no respect for other people's opinions on films anymore.
Yeah, I guess that he's probably undiagnosed Asperger's or something like that.
Oh, that would explain a lot.
Yeah, I mean, it just seems that way.
Yeah, he's listening to his audio commentaries and stuff. You're like, wow, this guy is on fire. So I watched interesting film, Reflection in a Dead Diamond.
Yeah, I cannot wait to hear about
This is a series of filmmakers I have a strange history with. I saw a mayor at the SIFF, at a SIFF presentation in a midnight movie when I was far less familiar with the giallo world than I am now. And I actually left in the middle of the screening. I was so bored. It looked gorgeous, but nothing was going on. Then came The Strange Color of Your Body's Tears, which I thought was amazing, but the story bored me. So I put on Inagata Devita on my headphones and watched it, and that was really cool. Let the Corpses Tan was the first one. I'm going, wow, okay, now I fully embrace what these people are doing. And Reflections in a Dead Diamond is a good continuation of that, where both films are like, story, sure. I don't think they care as much about the story as the way they present the story. And my God, these people, there's two people. I don't know if they're husband and wife or if they're related at all, but man, they know how to paint on film. It's just gorgeous. This is very much a Diabolique. Is that the, yeah, that's right. The 60s.
Diabolic.
Diabolic is
Dr.
Diabolic.
Diabolic, yeah.
And James Bond.
Yeah, I saw that it looked like a love letter to 60s spy films.
Yes, very much so. But psychotically weird 60s spy films. If art house films bore you at all, just avoid the films these people make like the plague. But if you're even remotely interested in art house, I think they make some of the most accessible art house films where it's just so cool looking. It's hard to deny. And this was another one. I about 2/3 through the movie, I'm going, I'm kind of bored, but damn. It's like the story is weird and okay, I get where you're going. But, it's, I don't know why it's on Shudder.
Yeah.
Even
Made some kind of deal.
Even for the level of violence their movies usually have, this one's really low. So it's not so much that, but okay, sure,
I mean, they
whatever.
have a history of having a lot of giallo on there. Maybe that's just part of
That's a good point, yeah. But this is not as giallo as like Amer is giallo.
Yeah.
And the Blood of Tears is also very giallo. This one's more spy movie weirdness.
Are these Italian filmmakers or Americans doing the style of Italian? Asking all the hard-hitting questions.
That's right. Well, you know, they're famous. Oops, I just closed the window. You're never going to know. Yes, not American. Hella Catat, I think they're French. Bruno Forzani.
Oh, I think they are French. I think I read something about that. The trailer looked so cool, especially with the way the subtitles were moving around on the screen. Is that how it actually is done in the film? Oh, okay, that's cool.
Yeah, they are not afraid to do, they're French, anything with the cameras. Like, I can imagine them sitting there going, you know what I want to do? Okay, that makes no sense for this scene, but we're going to make it look cool as hell. So, but yeah, just wildly fun films to watch.
Very, very cool. Okay, guys, how about we take a little break, get ourselves situated, and come back and talk Frozen?
Yes. Yes.
Yes, we will let it go.
From Disney's new movie Frozen, something cool is coming. Frozen fantasy. Two sisters from a frozen land. Anna plays music when you hold both hands. Elsa's musical magic and sparkling light. Shimmering like snow and ice. Together a duet delight. Anna and Elsa and you and me. In a frozen fantasy. Musical magic, Anna and Elsa dolls light up, play music alone and together, each sold separately.
And we are back. Yeah. So today, instead of our usual thing, we have decided that we are going to talk about Frozen. And we decided this because for days upon days of Vanessa coming, she'd just tell us, well, I watched Frozen again this weekend. And I can't remember what we said. And she was like, you don't understand. And so we were like, let's watch it and let's talk about it.
I love this so much because so my daughter her brain is coming online as a person and she has very few interests. And there is only one film that she has managed to sit through.
Oh, jeez.
And that is Frozen.
You know, most people who disappear into the mountains want to be alone.
Nobody wants to be alone. Except maybe you. Elsa? It's me.
Please, help! My daughter!
Do you want to build a snowman?
I recommend we remove all magic to be safe.
Snowman?
Elsa, what have you done?
What's half now, Steve? Kill Elsa.
I have since tricked her in the last month into watching Tangled twice.
Okay.
But really all she wants is Frozen. She wants Olaf. She wants Elsa. She wants all of the short films that are accompanied with it. She will watch Frozen 2, but she's really a Frozen 1 girl.
Oh, interesting.
And even even Miss Rachel and Elmo are nothing compared to this franchise. So because of that, I was told by my nearest older brother, that as a kid, I watched Mary Poppins daily, and it drove him crazy. It drove the whole family crazy. I have zero memory of this at all. I could not tell you most of what happens in Mary Poppins.
How interesting.
But yeah, I guess she's going through the same thing. So I'm just excited because no one has seen this movie. No one has seen this movie.
Well, I don't think that's
no one
quite
in
true.
your
Recently.
age range.
Recently. I don't know a lot of other
guessing
parents.
There's a whole lot of little kids out there.
Let me be specific. None of my friends have seen this movie. And I was talking to my cousin who came over to visit, and I watched her eyes roll back into her head as I talked about Frozen. So, anyways, yes, thank you.
Why don't you do that to us right now?
Oh, I'm so excited, you guys. All right, so let me tell you a little bit about this movie, just the basics. This came out in 2013, so it's 12 years old, I guess. Written and directed by Chris Buck and Jennifer Lee. Chris Buck was more of an animator, but he has directed 11 titles, including Tarzan, Surf's Up, and Wish. Jennifer Lee was mostly a writer. She has 14 writing credits, 6 directing credits, including Wish, Zootopia, and Wreck-It Ralph. She will be working on Frozen 3 and 4. She is also married to Alfred Molina, which I was surprised about. Starring Kristen Bell as Anna, 122 credits, including Veronica Mars, The Good Place, Gossip Girl, and currently I'm watching her in Nobody Wants This. By the way, I didn't know she could sing, so that was interesting. Idina Menzel plays Elsa, 44 credits, including Glee, Enchanted, Rent, but really she's known for her Broadway performance in Rent and Wicked. Jonathan Groff, who plays Kristoff, 47 credits. Mostly people know him as King George in Hamilton, but he was the love interest in the most recent Doctor Who. You might have also seen him on Knock at the Cabin and Matrix Resurrections as Smith. And Josh Gad, Olaf. Most people find him very annoying. He's been in 101 Things. I talked about him recently in Little Monsters. He is also a recurring character in New Girl, and he was Gaston's little friend guy in Beauty and the Beast, the live action.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's what I mostly remembered him from. I was like, you play a great gay crushed man. The basic story of this, there are 2 sisters, Elsa and Anna. They are princesses of Arendelle. Elsa was born with a powerful gift of wielding ice. And while playing, Elsa accidentally hits Anna in the head with her ice powers. The king takes them to the trolls to try and help her.
Hold on just a sec. Why are you reading notes?
Because look.
Just kidding. Go for it.
All right. It's like, I've seen this movie a lot, but mostly in random spurts. The king takes them to the trolls to try and help her. They can help, but say they must remove the memory of her sister's power to help heal her. That's part of it. So Elsa is tasked with controlling her powers, and while she grows up, she just cannot do it. Meanwhile, Anna doesn't understand why her sister is ignoring her, rejecting her, and she becomes extremely lonely. Their parents leave to take a trip, and their ship is lost at sea. Elsa inherits the kingdom, but on the night of her coronation, gets in a fight with Anna. Anna has fallen for literally the first guy she's met, Prince Hans, and has asked Elsa's blessing for the marriage, who rejects it. The two get in a big public fight, and in a fit of anger, Elsa blasts ice and reveals her powers. She runs away to the mountains to build an isolated ice castle, but in her heightened emotional state, she leaves Arendelle in an eternal winter. Anna goes after her to try and have her to come back and to bring back summer. Along the way, she meets Kristoff, an ice harvester, his reindeer, Sven, and a magically animated snowman named Olaf. So that is Frozen.
Nice.
So this was a first time viewing for me.
Yes, yeah.
Was it not for you?
No.
Oh, wow.
I saw it in the theater with my niece and my wife in 2013.
Oh, holy moly.
So this was a first time viewing for me. I was delighted. I thought it was great.
Oh, okay.
I was really impressed with the flipping of a lot of the tropes and
Yes.
everything, because it starts off pretty tropey.
Mhm.
I've got some notes here. It's got the damsels in distress. It's got the true love's first kiss. It's got the I Want More song that is the first song in every fucking Disney musical.
Yep.
And the uncomfortable and unfunny comedic sidekicks. But I loved how that all got twisted. Let me ask some questions. I love that she's basically a mutant, right? She's born ice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But why? And what was she trying to do when she zapped her sister in the head? I was like, why would that be the first thing you do is shoot ice at her?
Oh, so yeah. Yeah. Okay. So I have some answers and some not answers. Why she was born with this power, do not know. They kind of explored a little bit more in Frozen 2, but I still feel like they never. There are some core questions the writer should have asked herself before delving into certain things with the story that she did not.
I assumed it had something to do with the original Snow Queen
Yeah,
fairy tale, which I am not familiar with.
Okay. This is all based on the original Snow Queen fairy tale, which Disney tried to do many times and failed. It actually started production with Elsa being the bad guy.
Okay.
So when they first started getting production going, they were going to have her be the main villain. And then the songwriters got involved. And after doing Let It Go, they were like, we need to rewrite her story. So there were some last minute changes.
In the Snow Queen, is she the villain then?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah, she's like the big bad.
It kind of hit me as Let It Go's the origin story of a potential Disney villain.
100%. Like just being like, you know what? I don't need to care about all these people. I don't need to. But instead, it's more like a coming of who you are and accepting that you can't be what people want you to be. As far as why she hit her in the head, I've seen this scene so many times. So she kind of starts to slip because she's trying to make the little mountains as Anna is jumping higher and higher and going faster and faster, and she can't keep up with her. And so she's trying to do one last one. She's not aiming for her head. She's trying to make another one, and she slips a little.
Okay.
And she hits it by accident.
Because I watched that scene twice.
Sure.
Because I was like, what is she trying to do here? Why would she? And then the idea of, there's so many things. Like I was not expecting trolls.
Right?
Yeah.
The
Right?
rock trolls. I was like, oh, okay, this is kind of cute.
Yeah.
I loved that Anna falls in love with Hans and Elsa is immediately, people don't fall in love in just one day, which I was like, you mean like every other Disney movie? I do kind of love the writing in this.
Yes. Agreed.
Very clever. And I did figure out the twist of True Love's Kiss pretty.
I never figured that part out until
I was like, this is not going to. But I wish they had done it differently when they reveal that Hans is. By the way, we're going to spoil the fuck out of it.
Yeah, this is gonna get spoiled for sure.
When they reveal that Hans is the bad guy and he basically withholds the kiss from her, I was like, oh, I would have really loved to have seen him kiss her and it have no effect.
And then he's like, well, it turns out.
Right.
Yeah. So because it is almost meaner though to see her like going for it and him being, ha.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, it's like crueler. That is my biggest problem with this movie is Hans. Because there is zero foreshadowing of this guy turning out to be the villain.
Well, his dad's kind of a dick.
His dad? Who's his
Isn't
dad?
I thought he was the son of the
Mm-mm.
short little.
Nope, that guy's totally unrelated. He's like representative of a totally different nation. He's the only person from the Seven Isles who's there.
Oh, okay. Of the 13 brothers or whatever.
Yeah,
it was
with
he
the
has.
12 older brothers. Yeah, he so I've rewatched this because I was like, I don't understand. It feels so weird
That's why
that
you
he
rewatched
is
it.
well, while I was already rewatching it anyway, I was looking for these certain things and I was like, I don't get that. I must have missed something. Where is it that we start to see him show any sign that he's going to be a bad guy? Because, he saves Elsa from being shot by arrows from the other guys who are there with him. He is being very gentlemanly and kind towards Anna. He is definitely a stereotypical Prince Charming. But the thing that kills me is in the first scene where they meet and they keep falling on top of each other. And then like he ends up falling in the water because the horse lets go of the boat. And she walks off the boat moves up, you see his face, and he looks at her with a little gentle smile and longingly. She's not there to see this.
Right.
So if he's pretending to be a good guy and he has like evil in his heart and bad intentions, why the hell would he be like, oh, what an interaction. And I've heard, I read through the all the trivia and the IMDb. There are so many people who are like, well, in that song that they're singing, she is very slightly ahead of him and he's moving a little bit behind her. So he's just following and mimicking what she's doing. Bullshit. There is maybe a moment or two, but there are things they say at exactly the same time and dance in the exact same way. And he is not looking at her, looking for cues. So I think that this was part of a quick rewrite.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure between that, actually the villain can't be this person, so it needs to be this person. There are characters that are based on the original story, so you can kind of see the structure of them in there a little bit. Kristoff and Anna are both sort of based roughly on characters from the original story, but
I thought, and this goes back to just the tropiness of all of these films, I thought what was going to happen was that, so of course she goes off searching for her sister and meets Hans, right?
Yeah.
And I was like,
or meets Kristoff.
Kristoff. And I was like, oh, they've got a connection here. But I was like, Kristoff obviously ends up with Elsa. He loves the ice.
Right? Oh, that's interesting.
And I was just like, wait a second, is that not what's going on? And I realized, oh, Kelly, you're thinking like a typical Disney movie.
I think that might have been part of the core structure originally too, because why else would there be these two guys? And if Hans wasn't going to be the villain, then Kristoff could have potentially been, I don't know. I feel like that there's something in there. There is a weird, and I didn't understand Kristoff's backstory. I was like, why the fuck was he raised by trolls? So I had to, it was maybe the 8th rewatch.
Because the first scene is him as a little kid with the baby reindeer.
With the ice harvesters.
Yeah. And so when did he get raised by trolls?
It was like the 8th time I watched this that I had to peer into it. I was looking it up on Wikipedia and on different forums. On Reddit, somebody was like, oh yeah, that time that this thing happens. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? So after Anna gets hit in the head and the king takes her towards the trolls, at that same time, there's like ice that's forming behind their sled. And Kristoff and the reindeer as little kids see it and follow it.
Oh, that's right.
To where the trolls are. And then he's peering and spying on this whole interaction. And at that point, one of the trolls says, you two are cuties. I'm going to keep you.
Oh.
So he got adopted right then and there.
So I'm going to jump back.
Yeah.
I loved that we had no idea he was going to turn evil.
Yeah.
I thought it was fantastic because
it is interesting.
Because usually they're going to set you up.
Yeah.
And by the time that goes, okay, yeah, finally you got to this point, which I knew was coming from the moment he looked that one way.
Yeah.
But I love your reasoning for why it probably ended up happening. I just thought that was great. Because especially modern audiences, we know so much now about story structure. We know so much about the way stories are told that when something flips, I thought for the same reason you like the loss of tropes, I liked that they did not, until it came pretty close, when he's talking to all the men around the table, he's kind of being a dick, but not a complete one, that was left to be able to be a surprise. Because it's like, you know what? We're not going to foreshadow this. Fuck it. Let's just...
The thing that I find really fascinating is there is a generation of girls. So I grew up with Prince Charming, and you're looking for the perfect guy. You're doing, and it's embedded in you. It's just part of your DNA. You are brainwashed as a kid. This is just how it is for all the women in my age range and a little bit younger. But all these girls who grew up watching Frozen, they now have that hesitancy. Like it really did have a big effect on the way that women view relationships, because it's like, oh, if he seems perfect, he might actually not be, and there might be lies that people tell.
There are no men like that pretend to be perfect and then turn into raging assholes at the drop of a hat.
I did not date at least 4 to 5 of them minimum.
You need to watch Frozen. Good thing you're helping your daughter's future.
I feel good about that. And she is, by the way, side note, in love with Kristoff. Like in love. This is her first crush. It is, and I'm fine with it because the actor is a gay Broadway man. I'm like, by all means, this should be your first crush. You go, girl, get it. But I like that Kristoff is challenging her. He questions Anna. He's like, wait, you fell in love with the first, what is his last name? Yeah. And she's like, of the Southern Isles? Who's his best friend? John? Like, it's very cool that he's pressing. So I do really like how the overall effect. I don't think it's good storytelling, but I do think that in the end, it actually is a really positive thing.
You are leaving out that Kristoff, that actor, he's the lead in that HBO series Mindhunters.
I haven't seen Mindhunters.
This guy's got range. I mean, I fucking love him.
He's great. He's great. And it's great because if you watch the behind the scenes stuff for Frozen 2, they have like a 10 episode, each one's like 40 minutes long. It's really good about how they make it. And it makes you very nervous about the quality and consistency of Disney content because they are flying by the seat of their fucking pants.
Yeah.
Like they have actors improving while half the script has already been shot and animated. And then they're animating afterwards to catch up to the performances, and then the story is getting rewritten. Anyways.
You might want to check out the making of South Park episodes if you think Disney is.
I did see it once a long time ago, and I remember it being like the day before.
Yeah, they do an episode every week.
Yeah.
Just like a regular sitcom.
But yeah, that actor, he was one of the ones that they didn't bother to fly in. He's based out of New York, and every single time they get him recording, he's on it. He does it just perfect. So yeah, he's incredible.
Yeah, he's the new Bobby Darin on Broadway too.
How did you guys find Olaf?
Annoying, but in a typical Disney way. I will say that I loved his song about summer.
Sure.
And the fact that, I was like, oh, he has no idea. This is beautiful.
Yeah, I enjoy Olaf, but maybe because in comparison to like what the 80s cartoons did, like with He-Man,
Orko, and
the Wonder Twin powers and all these ungodly annoying characters. I find their annoying characters a little less so. I find them fun. I think he's fun. He does what he's supposed to do.
Yeah.
He doesn't intercede and become a major plot point too much. Like sometimes I feel sidekicks are given, you shouldn't be able to do what you just did in the form of this story. So I enjoy him.
I had a hard time with him at first. I found him very annoying.
Kind of.
And I hated his character design. I'm like, it is such a hideous, like if you try to look for an Olaf stuffed animal, just, because your daughter also likes Olaf, they are all so absolutely hideous. You're like, I don't want her sleeping with this weird ass thing with this little stick hair, and it's so horrible. But over time, I have come to really appreciate he's speaking to the adults. He's given the little more adult humor. He's very knowing of what story they're in.
Yeah. So the writer in me then, of course, like when I can't figure something out, I'm like, well, here's a way you could have done that.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, like in this one, I was like, okay, the brain freeze thing. I kept coming up with different ways that this could have been done that was maybe a little more organic, and it all twisted to very dark stuff, where she's telling her a story or something, and the ice is building all around her. And I was like, okay, I guess that I will just let that one go. But the one thing that I was sure of, and you telling me about how maybe rewrites were just happening left and right.
Yeah.
I thought, okay, the Elsa can't control her power.
Yeah.
She doesn't know how to stop the winter and everything. She's born a mutant.
Yeah.
I was like, we are going to find out that Anna's power is the power of spring. She's going to be little, I'm Mr. Heat Master. I thought we were going to get something like that, and that together they are able to make the world a happy medium.
Yeah, you'd think a writer would have thought about that, huh?
Well, I was just sure that was what was going to happen at the end. I was like, here's what happens when the true love kiss happens, is that her own powers now come out.
Or she saves her, and when she comes back, all of a sudden she melts, because of that reason or something.
Well, again, we're lauding them earlier for messing with tropes.
Right.
Yeah.
And that is a trope. That is a very obvious story that you would have expected to see. So maybe, I'm sure they thought of it.
Yeah.
And I'm sure they thought of everything. As well written as this film is overall, I'm sure they thought of a lot of the things we're thinking of. Goes, either I don't care, or no, that trope, we're not going to do that.
Yeah.
We know everybody expects them to become sisters and both do the things. Fuck it. We're just going to have her be her human sister.
I guess. I mean, I wouldn't look at that so much as a trope as this explains things now.
Yeah.
Instead of one person in this world has a superpower.
Well, yeah. No,
Yeah. Yeah. And I will say again, in Frozen 2, they try to explain some of this stuff, and it's so much worse. At whatever plot point you have an issue with here, oof, woofda.
Well, let's see. Okay, so first of all, the songs, fucking super catchy, right?
Yeah,
The Let It Go song, even I had heard that, having never seen this movie.
Yeah.
What I thought was funny about the Let It Go is at the end credits, they have the pop version that was supposed to be the one that was a big hit. And the radios and all that stuff went, we're not playing that.
Yeah.
And it was the actual one from the movie that became the huge giant hit.
It's true.
Which I think is a much better version. That one in the credits just sounds
It's fine. Off. Yeah.
But I have a very funny memory with that song. Dean and I were in Costco, and we hear this cute little voice singing that song at the top of her lungs, and we come around, and it's this tiny little kid, barely able to walk, just walking up and down the aisle singing "Let It Go," and everybody is like it's one of those what would be now an Instagram kind of thing, but where everybody's kind of like, it was so dark.
Oh, it's funny that song really was interesting because I remember when this movie came out, I had zero reason to watch it. I was very uninterested in it. And a guy I was seeing at the time, his son was like really obsessed with it. And I remember thinking like, this movie is, what the hell, this stupid song, all the people lined up around the block to see this movie for the 10th time. I was like, this is so dumb. And then watching it the first time properly, I was like, the parents die partway into the song. This is one of the darkest Disney songs I have ever witnessed. By the end, you're like crying because you're like, oh my God, like it starts off as playful sisters and then the parents die and they're lonely and it's horrible. I was like, no, we only have each other? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Oh my God.
I love this song. I unabashedly love this song. I still, there's those songs you hear in movies or something that you're like, I'm going to always love this song. I remember sitting in the theater, the song started going,
Do You Want to Build a Snowman? I apologize.
Right. Do You Want to Build a Snowman is somehow good, despite how clunky
it is. Yes. Yeah.
I will say this about Let It Go. It does not hold a candle to the band Loudness, the Japanese metal band who in 1986 released a song called Let It Go. But this is still a very
I'm sure that was part of the inspiration of the two writers.
No, I was definitely sorry. I was definitely thinking of Do You Want to Build a Snowman? But Let It Go is also a good power
going through
ballad.
the lyrics and they're going, it does? I'm going to refer to you on all things.
No, I remember.
Yeah, that's a dark one. I always found it weird how many people grasped onto that to sing and stuff going, beyond the refrain, go back and listen to that song, man.
No, Let It Go is a great power ballad, and I think I'd heard of a number of different women or girls who were in high school going through a really hard time who that song really they gleamed onto as, okay, I'm gonna get through this thing, and I've got to figure out, I can be myself. I can just forget about all this painful stuff. So yeah, it's pretty cool. A very cool song.
So Elsa, as a child, has these snow powers she can't control and everything, and the answer is let's lock her in a room.
It's so stupid.
Yeah.
Also, we're going to make sure she becomes the queen.
Yeah.
It's so
Like,
crazy.
let's just tell everyone she's died, and we'll figure out what to do with her. And Anna can be queen or something, but
Yeah.
she doesn't have to live in a room.
I know. That is a big
The
problem I have
gloves
with
stop
this.
everything.
I was like, your parents damaged these people so bad. And the trolls, I was like, are you kidding me that this is the solve? The trolls wipe her memory, which means Anna later is like, my sister would never hurt me because she has no memory of how her sister hurt her. So that's a big problem. It's and the fact that the parents like, why lock her up by herself? Why not let anyone else solve things? Why not, have her sister and her have a positive relationship where they can be there for each other or give a few ideas about, hey, maybe don't just like not feel anything, but maybe feel something different or experiment with what happens if you laugh and you're using your snow power versus cry when you're using your snow power. It's very stupid.
Maybe if
parents are real dicks.
Maybe if the parents they died pretty quickly after that, so maybe
No, they're like she's like 16
couple years
when they die. Yeah, so there's probably about 10, not quite 10 years, because she's 18. No, she's 18 when she gets coronated. I think she's 16 when they die. Yeah, I mean, and they're not written that way, right? They're written to be like caring, loving parents, but
their actions say otherwise. Tell me about Frozen 2. Was that theatrically released?
Yes. It was the movie that basically kept Disney afloat through COVID. I think that's why Frozen 3 and 4 are showing up. It was a huge success. Huge, huge, huge. It brought in so much cash flow. I think it came out I want to say it came out in 2019 and not early 2020. I think it was the end of 2019 because it was like a Christmas time.
And, would I like it?
I think you should watch it.
But would I like it?
Just say it. I'm not encouraged.
Because I liked Frozen quite a bit.
I think you'll find it fine. I don't think you'll love it. It doesn't make it worse. It doesn't like ruin anything. It just furthers the lore and explores different elements of it. I just find that I know how to rewrite it and make it good, and I'm mad that it's not that way. And I think it was a very low-hanging fruit to fix some very basic ass shit. So, but it has some good songs. There is a song that Christoph sings that you would love in this. I highly recommend. See it just for that.
Okay. Yeah. I have here. Let's see. You probably got a ton of trivia.
No, I'm eager to hear yours.
Let It Go went on to break many pop music records, becoming the first song from a Disney animated musical to reach the top 10 of the Billboard Hot 100 since Colors of the Wind, which was from Pocahontas. The song is Menzel's first single to reach the top 10 on the Billboard Hot 100, making her the first Tony Award winner for acting ever to get to the top 10, which I thought was interesting. And then on March 2nd, 2014, Let It Go won the Academy Award for Best Original Song, where it was performed live by her. I had stopped watching the Academy Awards, so I didn't
John
see that.
Travolta deeply hurt his career.
Oh.
When he didn't even, it was so bad. It was so bad. Man. Came out trying to say, it wasn't even close. I can't remember what he said, but he tried to say Edie Menzel, and it was mud. I mean, it was nothing like it.
Oh, no.
Did you even look at her name?
It's a really easy one once you've like heard it once. Wow.
And then we had talked about this a couple weeks ago. In a landmark deal that is among the highest in animation history, Kristen Bell, Josh Gad, and Idina Menzel have signed deals worth over $60 million each to return for Frozen 3 and Frozen 4.
Yeah.
Jennifer Lee, the director of both films, will also be directing those. And this is Disney's most valuable franchise.
Yes.
Wow. Frozen 2 grossed $1.4 billion. That's Frozen 2 grossed $1.4 billion, which followed the Oscar-winning original that scored $1.3 billion.
Yep. I was going to say this one got $1.28 billion. Yeah.
Which is interesting. So I remember seeing, Disney was releasing movies at the same time they were releasing Frozen. So I remember seeing Tangled a couple of years before that. And I remember liking that a lot. But man, whatever this had.
Yeah. I don't know either. I don't fully get the exact spark, but maybe it's just that they spent time showing them as kids. Maybe it's the sister story.
See, that's all in all. A lot of the Disney movies. I think it's what we were talking about earlier. It's the messing with the tropes. It's like, this is what you think is going to happen because that's all what always happens in Disney movies.
Yeah.
We're not going to do that this time.
Yeah.
Kristoff is not going to be the love's kiss that saves the day. It's going to be something else, and that I think that is why.
Powerful.
Yeah, because
Very powerful.
with that huge scene of the two of them running towards each other, you're like, oh, and then
Yeah.
oh, there's not going to be that.
Yep.
You're going to be something totally different, and maybe even the little thing we were talking about earlier, like you not thinking that guy's going to be evil, but he turns on a dime and becomes a raging asshole. There's just so many little things that's different that if you go through Little Mermaid, Beauty and the Beast, Lion King, all those, there is beat, 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 beat. And they all have the same beats because that's a Disney movie. That's what a Disney movie is supposed to be.
Yeah.
So I think that
And even
could
like
be some of it.
I love the I Wish song is sung in tandem with her sister's This Is a Nightmare and My Worst I Wish Not song. Like they are both singing both counterparts of this, and it's really interesting because you know that Anna's going to get what she wants, but Elsa is fucking terrified. So there's kind of interesting things there.
Exactly, because there's depth. It also feels like I was saying, it feels like the Elsa, when singing Let It Go, is the creation of a Disney villain.
Yeah.
So the thinking then would be, Anna's going to have to figure out how to stop or prevent her sister, as opposed to they need to get back together.
And and find each other in a common ground. And Anna is the key to Elsa ultimately, because she has just been waiting at her door all these years to be the solve of like, hey, you just need love. Like you just need love. That's all it comes down to. And I will say, I do get choked up every single time I watch Olaf trying to save Anna with the fireplace. And he starts melting and she's like, Olaf, you're melting. He's like, there are some people worth melting for. I'm like, God dang it. Fuck you. And then I do like that he puts himself back together and he's like, maybe just not right now. And I was like, fair.
I also saw that this movie has turned the name Elsa from obscurity into one of the 100 most popular girls' names.
Yeah, not surprising there.
I think that's great. It's a good name. I can share a little bit of trivia for this as well. Originally, when Queen Elsa was intended to be the villain, they based her design on Bette Midler. Apparently, the Love is an Open Door song sequence, I had mentioned this, has a lot of very small minute hints that Hans is going to become bad. It's not true. Chris, here's an interesting one. When I posted on Facebook about how I've been seeing this movie over and over again, some dude I know who I do not like very much, not either of you.
Just to clarify.
Preface that. A different dude was like, oh, you need to hear about the Tarzan thing. And so I looked deep into the Tarzan thing. Chris Buck and Jennifer Lee have insinuated that the parents died on the way to Rapunzel's wedding. So that was where the ship was going to. But also that maybe the parents didn't die and they were the parents of Tarzan, which, yeah. And there's certain things about it that line up. And Chris Buck is even said, he had directed Tarzan. He's like, I always had it kind of in the back of my head that that's what happened. They are in different fucking time periods, people.
Yeah.
Literally.
Planets.
Different.
Yeah.
This is a different universe. This is a universe of magic.
Yeah. They didn't leave ambiguity.
No.
It's like, oh, boat is gone.
Boat is gone. You see the boat. Oh, wait. Do you see the boat? No, we see it. We see it happening.
Yeah.
We see it disappearing in the waves. Yeah, no wave. And yeah, and in the second one, you see the ship. So it's like, there's definitely like, okay, that's what happened to it. But it just, I don't.
I have a huge love-hate with fan theories on movies.
Yeah.
Sometimes they're really fun and really interesting. But it seems the dumber they are, the more it's true. The person saying it has to try to, it's like, I'm going to convince you this dumb idea is real. It's like, okay, later.
Yeah, I know the passion behind it. And it just made me even more mad how like faulty that theory is. I was like, it's not like I wasted my time going down a rabbit hole, but I was pretty mad about it. I was like, are you stupid? You didn't watch a full YouTube video about how this is like the theory and why it's not right? Yeah.
Speaking of
Yeah.
Tarzan, I am a huge Tarzan fan. Greystoke's used to be, well, no, it's still my favorite Tarzan movie. I've got all the old Edgar Rice Burroughs books and everything. That Disney Tarzan is just about the best adaptation of the actual Tarzan story. Even better than Greystoke, which is close.
I have such PTSD from that movie that I cannot enjoy it. I cannot enjoy it. I had a trigonometry teacher who, during tests, would play the Tarzan soundtrack, and I have test anxiety. I'm not joking. I have test anxiety, and so I failed my way through that entire course because I could not concentrate because I was listening to
Phil Collins.
Collins. The beautiful, wonderful Phil Collins was ruining
Fucking asshole.
a high school.
That is
period
so
time.
weird.
Yeah, and
What a dick.
he was. I hate that man, and everyone else. He was their favorite teacher, so I was the odd man out. I then went to community college to retake the class over a summer. It was taught by a 80-something-year-old Polish man. I got a B plus. It was not my fault that I could not learn about trigonometry. So,
Have you spotted the hidden Mickey Mouse?
I have. Well, no, actually, I hadn't. I just read about it yesterday, so I take that back.
It's in the trader guys. The trader.
Oh,
His name?
Oh my God, yeah.
Okans. Trading Post in Sana.
What else you got
Wandering
for us?
Okan. So also a live reindeer was brought into the animation studio for animators to study its movements and mannerisms for the reindeer character's fun. Co-director Jennifer Lee said it was the best moment during production for her. Also, Kristen Anderson Lopez and Robert Lopez, which is the husband-wife team that wrote the music for this and for Frozen 2, wrote Let It Go in a single day. They basically went to a park and were like, what about this line? That sounds cool. What about that one? The two began by envisioning the song with an emo undertone. Yep. And then what else? Anything else interesting about this movie? Frozen soundtrack spent 13 consecutive weeks at #1 on the Billboard 200. And yeah, that's mostly what I got for it. I mean, there's a lot of trivia out there, but it's not that exciting. I do think it's interesting that so the production team, before they went in to start this movie, took a trip to Norway. And so they picked up a lot of notes about how things are. Like, there's an argument about how wood is stacked, and that's based off of a big argument that had happened in Norway about whether you burn it with the bark up versus down. Yeah, so there's lots of really cool little, and the Ludwig,
Did they determine a?
No, there's no answer. It's a 50-50 split.
I would go with bark up personally. Splitting wood is.
I would put it on his side personally, because the way I've built many a fire, the way that you structure it, you want to catch, and you want the driest, easiest bit to catch to be. So the bark, it will burn longest, but it is the hardest to catch.
Yep, exactly.
So I think either face down or to the side.
Yeah, not bark.
Yeah, no. Unless it's the bottom parts.
That's like pouring milk in before you put the cereal in.
I know a guy who does this.
He's so weird. Absolutely. Oh.
Well, thank you for introducing. I don't think I would have bothered to watch this if this hadn't come up.
Yeah, no.
I don't know why, because I've seen a lot of Disney movies, but this one I was just like, it seems like more Disney than I need.
Which is odd because it's a little less Disney.
And it's interesting too, because I will say with a lot of previous Disney stuff, all the sequels are absolute fucking garbage, except for, Toy Story is Pixar. But if you are bored and want to watch any of the Frozen shorts, they're all good. All the stuff is good. There's nothing that's bad that they've put out. Yeah. So having seen almost all of them, I will say.
Yeah, my niece went into a Cinderella 2, Dreams Come True period. Luckily, it was very short, but wow, that movie is not good.
I remember getting Little Mermaid 2 or 3, and they were from the metal bin in the grocery store product, and it was really bad. Really
Dollar
bad.
DVD.
Yeah. Absolutely. Well, thank you guys so much for watching this and talking to me about this. It's made my whole dang week.
A little bit of therapy for you to speak about it with adults.
Oh my God.
Any other thoughts before we wrap up here? Any Frozen thoughts?
No, I think we've really covered everything. I'm so excited, and yeah, we're gonna have a Frozen themed second birthday party for my daughter in January. So yeah, pretty stoked about it. Gonna serve ice cream cake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Put her in an ice box. Sit in here for a bit, kid. Get like what it really feels like.
Would love it. She
That's so
stands in
cute.
the freezer and she eats ice cubes regularly. It's one of her favorite treats. It's not me. It's not my side. I do not care to be cold ever. So I'm like, all right, kid. Here you go.
That sounds like a nice, cheap treat. Yeah, you want an ice cube?
Sure.
You tell me. I know. I'm like, oh, okay. You want an ice cube, baby? All right, I'm gonna open this up. Here's one. Here's one for you. Oh, you want another? Okay, let's go back to the freezer.
Love
Okay.
it.
Excellent.
Well, this was fun for me too. So much fun.
Whoa.
We had discussed about doing maybe each of us picking a movie that we have seen a bunch of times and making us all watch it and have a one movie discussion.
I'm so excited. That's so cool.
Which means the next choice is mine.
Yeah.
It is. I'm going to make you guys watch The Black Hole.
Excellent. Okay, cool. I have not seen it.
I know that is part of why I'm going to make you watch it. I'm like, here, I'm giving you a gift also.
You know what? It's appreciated. Right around Christmas time.
This is that era of Disney where they were like, hey, let's scare these little fuckers.
Yes.
So
The Black Cauldron.
the Black Hole, yeah, the Black Cauldron, Black Hole, Watcher in the Woods, those kind of movies. This one is, beautiful and dark, and I think probably has the best representation of hell ever put to film.
Wow.
So,
Okay. I'm excited.
yeah.
Holy shit.
All right. And that's a little closer to our genre. Anyway, so,
Hey, it's a fantasy film. Come on.
no, with mutants,
I mean,
still like
I can't say anything. Considering one of the subjects I had recently. Yeah, Frozen, sure, why not?
Yeah. It's not disco, I know, but
oh boy. All right, guys. Now is the part where we say thanks to everybody, especially if you sat through three adults discussing Frozen at this length. We really appreciate it. And also, if you like this kind of thing where we're picking a movie and discussing it, let us know that too. We'd like to keep things interesting around here.
Yeah, let us know.
let us know.
Thanks to everybody who's out there, who's liking, sharing posts, who's discussing the episodes, who's discussing everything but the episodes on the Strange Hands Radio talk page. If you're down there on the YouTube stuff and making comments there, apparently gets things going, especially if you're donating money. These microphones that we're trying out were paid for partly through donations, which we really, really appreciate. And if you can't donate, think about just jumping online and leaving a nice review for us. That helps so much.
It's been a while since we got a review, so if you haven't done one or you have a new email,
Right.
feel free.
Right. It used to be that if you left a 5-star review, you could ask Eric to watch any movie you
That's
wanted.
right. I will do that again. Bring it on.
Excellent. Ooh, I like that. I haven't left a 5-star review yet.
Hey, there you go.
I think I left a 1-star review. Like, these guys could really do a lot better. Vanessa, what about the Strange Hands Radio hotline?
Yeah, so you can reach us also on our hotline, which is 253-237-4266. You can also text message us there. You can leave a voicemail. You can reach out and tell us what you ate for dinner. You can tell us what
Sure,
you...
why not?
More like, it'd be best if you told us what you think of our show, or if you want to leave us a special little message or even a recommendation. That's probably what that line is for. But, we love hearing from you. So
I'm looking forward to the day we get a random butt dial and we play that as, let's see who's calling the hotline.
That's an awesome one.
Also, I have a new novella out. It is called A Hell of Bullets, and it's I guess a weird Western is what you would call it.
What's it available on?
It is available on Amazon, on Kindle, and print.
Excellent. And can you buy it through your website as well, or just buy it?
No.
Okay. Fair.
That requires an inventory.
Look, there's a lot of shit going on in my life. If you want this book, you're gonna have to get it from Amazon.
Some people prefer to sell it. I was trying to, see if,
good
see if that was
intention.
useful.
Vanessa, I am holding on by a thread, ready to burn everything down.
We need to get you a rope at the very least.
All right, guys, love you. Love you. Is this coming out just before Christmas then? Oh no, this is
be after.
be after Christmas. Okay.
So, hey, thanks retroactively. Hope you had a good Christmas.
Yeah,
Merry
hope everybody had a
Christmas.
Merry Christmas and
New
even
Year.
Happy Thanksgiving that we also missed.
Oh yeah,
Wishing.
happy
New Year's.
gobble gobble day.
Valentine's Day, whatever you got coming up.
All right, guys, we'll see you in 2 short weeks, and we are talking the black hole.
Transportation and other considerations for Strange Eons Radio produced by Pan Am Airlines. When you think of traveling, think of Pan Am. You can't beat the experience. Guests of Strange Eons Radio stay at Econo Lodge Everett. It's an easy stop on the road, you know what we mean. Strange Eons Radio is recorded live in front of a studio audience. If you enjoyed this episode, please consider leaving us a positive review on your favorite podcast app. Sit, Ubu, sit.
Oh, it's really dark and it's really rough around the edges and it doesn't have as good as music.